a WikiVidi documentaries production. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Enjoy. Navaratri. Navaratri, also spelled Navaratri or Navaratri, is a 9 nights Hindu festival, celebrated in the autumn every year. It is observed for different reasons and celebrated differently in various parts of the Indian subcontinent. Theoretically, there are 4 seasonal Navaratri. However, in practice, it is the post-monsoon autumn festival called Sharada Navratri that is the most observed in the honor of the divine feminine Devi. The festival is celebrated in the bright half of the Hindu calendar month Ashvin, which typically falls in the Gregorian months of September and October. In the eastern and northeastern states of India, the Durga Puja is synonymous with Navaratri, wherein goddess Durga battles and emerges victorious over the buffalo demon to help restore Dharmam. In the northern and western states, the festival is synonymous with Rama Lila and Dussehra that celebrates the battle and victory of god Rama over the demon king Ravana. In southern states, the victory of different goddesses of Rama or Saraswati is celebrated. In all cases, the common theme is the battle and victory of good over evil based on a regionally famous epic or legend such as the Ramayana or the Devi Mahatmya. Celebrations include stage decorations, recital of the legend, enacting of the story, and chanting of the scriptures of Hinduism. The 9 days are also a major crop season cultural event, such as competitive design and staging of pandals, a family visit to these pandals, and the public celebration of classical and folk dances of Hindu culture. On the final day, called the Vijayadashami or Dussehra, the statues are either immersed in a water body such as river and ocean, or alternatively the statue symbolizing the evil is burnt with fireworks marking evil's destruction. The festival also starts the preparation for one of the most important and widely celebrated holidays, Diwali, the Festival of Lights, which is celebrated 20 days after the Vijayadashami or Dussehra. Dates and celebrations. According to some Hindu texts such as the Shakta and Vaishnava Puranas, Navaratri theoretically falls twice or 4 times a year. Of these, the Sharada Navratri near autumn equinox is the most celebrated, and the Vasanta Navaratri near spring equinox is next most significant to the culture of Indian subcontinent. In all cases, Navaratri falls in the bright half of the Hindu lunisolar months. The celebrations vary by region, leaving much to the creativity and preferences of the Hindu. The other 2 Navaratris are observed regionally or by individuals. The Sharada Navratri commences on the first day of the bright fortnight of the lunar month of Ashvini. The festival is celebrated for 9 nights once every year during this month, which typically falls in the Gregorian months of September and October. The exact dates of the festival are determined according to the Hindu lunisolar calendar, and sometimes the festival may be held for a day more or a day less depending on the adjustments for sun and moon movements and the leap year. The festivities extend beyond goddess Durga and god Rama. Various other goddesses such as Saraswati and Lakshmi, gods such as Ganesha, Kartikeya, Shiva and Krishna are regionally revered. For example, a notable pan-Hindu tradition during Navratri is the adoration of Saraswati, the Hindu goddess of knowledge, learning, music, and arts through Ayudha Puja. On this day, which typically falls on the 9th day of Navratri after the good has won over evil through Durga or Rama, peace and knowledge is celebrated. Warriors thank, decorate, and worship their weapons, offering prayers to Saraswati. Musicians upkeep their musical instruments, play and pray to them. Farmers, carpenters, smiths, pottery makers, shopkeepers, and all sorts of tradespeople similarly decorate and worship their equipment, machinery and tools of trade. Students visit their teachers, express respect and seek their blessings. This tradition is particularly strong in South India, but is observed elsewhere too. To some, Navratri is a cultural and social festival which marks family time, along with the celebration of various performance arts. Navratri has been called the Hindu festival of dance. Significance of each day. The festival is associated to the prominent battle that took place between Durga and demon Mahishasura and celebrates the victory of good over evil. These 9 days are solely dedicated to goddess Durga. and her 9 avatars. Each day is associated to an incarnation of the goddess. Day 1, Shailaputri. Known as Pratapada, this day is associated to Shailaputri, an incarnation of Parvati. It is in this form that the goddess is worshipped as the consort of Shiva. She is depicted as riding the bull, Nandi, with a trishula in her right hand and lotus in her left. Shailaputri is considered to be the direct incarnation of Mahakali. The color of the day is red, which depicts action and vigor. Day 2, Brahmcharini. On Dritya, goddess Brahmcharini, another incarnation of Parvati, is worshipped. In this form, Parvati became Sati, her unmarried self. Brahmcharini is worshipped for emancipation or moksha and endowment of peace and prosperity. Depicted as walking bare feet and holding a japamala and kamandalu in her hands, she symbolizes bliss and calm. The color of the day is yellow, which depicts calmness, wisdom, energy. Day 3, Chandraghanta. Tritsya commemorates the worship of Chandraghanta. The name derived from the fact that after marrying Shiva, Parvati adorned her forehead with half Chandra. She is the embodiment of beauty and is also symbolic of bravery, and hence, the color of the day is grey. Day 4, Kushmunda. Goddess Kushmunda is worshipped on Chaturthi. Believed to be the creative power of universe, Kushmunda is associated to the endowment of vegetation on earth, and hence, the color of the day is green. She is depicted as having 8 arms and sits on a tiger. Day 5, Skandmata. Skandmata, the goddess worshipped on Panchami, is the mother of Skand. The color white is symbolic of the transforming strength of a mother when her child is confronted with danger. She is depicted riding a ferocious lion, having 4 arms, and holding her baby. Day 6, Katyayani. Born to a sage, Katya, she is an incarnation of Durga and is shown to exhibit courage, which is symbolized by the color orange. Known as the warrior goddess, she is considered one of the most violent forms of goddess Parvati. In this avatar, Katyayani rides a lion and has 4 hands. Day 7, Kalratri. Considered the most ferocious form of goddess Durga, Kalratri is revered on Satmi. It is believed that Parvati removed her fair skin to kill the demon Sumban Nisum. The color of the day is white, her skin turns black. Regional practices. Navaratri is celebrated in different ways throughout India. Some fast, others feast. Some revere the same mother goddess, but different aspects of her, while others revere avatars of Vishnu, particularly of Rama. The Chaitra Navaratri culminates in Rama Navami on the 9th day, and the Sharada Navratri culminates in Durga Puja and Dussehra. The Rama Navami remembers the birth of Rama, preceded by 9 days of Ramayana recital, particularly among the Vaishnava temples. In the past, Shakta Hindus used to recite Durga's legends during the Chaitra Navaratri, but this practice around the spring equinox has been declining. For most contemporary Hindus, it is the Navaratri around the autumn equinox that is the major festival and the one observed. To Bengali Hindus and to Shakta Hindus outside of eastern and northeastern states of India, the term Navaratri implies Durga Puja and the warrior goddess aspect of Devi. In other traditions of Hinduism, the term Navaratri implies something else or the celebration of Hindu goddess, but in her more peaceful forms such as Saraswati, the Hindu goddess of knowledge, learning, music and other arts. In Nepal, Navaratri is called Dussehra, and is a major annual homecoming and family event that celebrates the bonds between elders and youngsters with Tika Puja, as well as across family and community members. Eastern India, West Bengal, and Nepal. The Navaratri is celebrated as the Durga Puja festival in West Bengal. It is the most important annual festival to Bengali Hindus, and a major social and public event in eastern and northeastern states of India, where it dominates the religious life. The occasion is celebrated with thousands of temporary stages called pandals are built in community squares, roadside shrines and large Durga temples in West Bengal, Odisha, Jharkhand, Bihar, eastern Nepal, Assam, Tripura and nearby regions. It is also observed by some Shaita Hindus as a private, home-based festival. Durga Puja festival marks the battle of goddess Durga with the shape-shifting, deceptive, and powerful buffalo demon Mahishasura, and her emerging victorious. The last 5 days of Navaratri mark the popular practices during Durga Puja. The festival begins with Mahalaya, a day where Shaita Hindus remember the loved ones who have died, as well the advent of warrior goddess Durga. The next most significant day of Durga Puja celebrations is the 6th day, called Shashti, where the local community welcome the goddess Durga Devi and festive celebrations are inaugurated. On the 7th day, 8th and 9th, Durga along with Lakshmi, Saraswati, Ganesha, and Kartikeya are revered, and these days mark the main puja with recitation of the scriptures, the legends of Durga and Devi Mahatmya, and social visits by families to elaborately decorated and lighted up temples and pandals. After the 9 nights, on the 10th day called Vijayadashami, a great procession is held where the clay statues are ceremoniously walked to a river or ocean coast for a solemn goodbye to Durga. Many mark their faces with vermilion or dress in something red. It is an emotional day for some devotees, and the congregation sings emotional goodbye songs. After the procession, Hindus distribute sweets and gifts, visit their friends and family members. North India. In North India, Navaratri is marked by the numerous Rama Lila events, where episodes from the story of Rama and Ravana are enacted by teams of artists in rural and urban centers, inside temples, or in temporarily constructed stages. This Hindu tradition of festive performance arts was inscribed by UNESCO as one of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity in 2008. The festivities, states UNESCO, include songs, narration, recital and dialogue based on the Hindu text Ramacharitmanas by Tulsidas. It is particularly notable in historically important Hindu cities of Ayodhya, Varanasi, Vrindavan, Almora, Satna, and Madhubani, cities in Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, Bihar, and Madhya Pradesh. The festival and dramatic enactment of the virtues versus vices filled story is organized by communities in hundreds of small villages and towns, attracting a mix of audience from different social, gender and economic backgrounds. In many parts, the audience and villagers join in and participate spontaneously, some helping the artists, others helping with stage setup, create makeup, effigies and lights. The most famous Navaratri festival is organized at Katra in Jammu province. It is an annual event promoted by Directorate of Tourism, Jammu, and Sri Mata Vaishno Devaji Shrine Board. Hundreds of thousands of devotees pay their attendance at Katra for the festival. Navaratri has historically been a prominent ritual festival for kings and military of a kingdom. At the end of the Navaratri comes Dussehra, where the effigies of Ravana, Kumbhakarna, and Meghanada are burned to celebrate the victory of good over evil forces on Vijayadashami. Elsewhere, during this religious observance, Goddess Durga's war against deception and evil is remembered. A pot is installed at a sanctified place at home. A lamp is kept lit in the pot for 9 days. The pot symbolizes the universe. The uninterrupted lit lamp symbolizes the Adishakti, i.e. Durga Devi. Bihar. In parts of Bihar, Goddess Durga is revered during the autumn Navaratri. In other parts, such near Sitamarhi close to Nepal border, the spring Navaratri attracts a large Ramanavami fair which marks the birth of Lord Rama as well as a reverence for his wife Sita, who legends place was born at Sitamarhi. It is the largest cattle trading fair and attracts a large handicrafts market in pottery, kitchen and houseware, as well as traditional clothing. Festive performance arts and celebrations are held at the local Hindu temple dedicated to Sita, Hanuman, Durga, and Ganesha. Gujarat. Navaratri festival in Gujarat is one of the main festivals. The traditional method includes fasting for a day, or partially every of the 9 days, such as by not eating grains or just taking liquid foods, in remembrance of one of 9 aspects of Shakti goddess. The prayers are dedicated to a symbolic clay pot called Garbo, as a remembrance of womb of the family and universe. The clay pot is lit, and this is believed to represent the one Atman. In Gujarat and nearby Hindu communities such as in Malwa, The Garba significance is celebrated through performance arts on all 9 days. The most visible is group dances from villages to towns called Garba, accompanied by live orchestra, seasonal raga, or devotional songs. It is a folk dance, where people of different background and skills join and form concentric circles. The circles can grow or shrink, reaching sizes of 100s, sometimes 1,000s of people, dancing and clapping in circular moves, in their traditional costumes, at the same time. The Garba dance sometimes deploys dandiyas, coordinated movements and striking of sticks between the dancers, and teasing between the genders. Post-dancing, the group and the audience socializes and feasts together. Regionally, the same thematic celebration of community songs, music and dances on Navaratri is called Garbi or Garabai. Goa. In the temples of Goa, on the first day of the Hindu month of Ashwin, in temples, a copper pitcher is installed surrounded by clay in which 9 varieties of food grains are placed inside the sanctum sanctorum of Devi and Krishna temples. The 9 nights are celebrated by presenting devotional songs and through religious discourses. Artists arrive to perform folk musical instruments. Celebrations include placing the goddess image in a specially decorated colorful silver swing, known as Makaran Konkani, and for each of the 9 nights, she is swung to the tune of temple music and devotees singing kirtan and waving lamps. This is locally called Makarotsav. The last night of the Goa Navaratri festival is a major celebration and attracts larger participation. It is locally called the Makararati. Karnataka. In Karnataka, Navaratri is observed by lighting up Hindu temples, cultural sites and regal processions. It is locally called Dussehra, and it is the state festival of Karnataka. Of the many celebrations, the Mysuru Dussehra is a major one and is popular for its festivities. The contemporary Dussehra festivities at Mysore are credited to the efforts of King Rajawodya I in 1610. On the 9th day of Dussehra, called Mahanavami, the royal sword is worshipped and is taken on a procession of decorated elephants and horses. The day after Navratri, on the Vijayadashami day, the traditional Dussehra procession is held on the streets of Mysore. An image of the goddess Chamundeshwari is placed on a golden saddle on the back of a decorated elephant and taken on a procession, accompanied by tableaus, dance groups, music bands, decorated elephants, horses and camels. Ayudha Puja is dedicated to Saraswati goddess on the 9th day of Dussehra, where military personnel upkeep their weapons and families upkeep their tools of livelihood, both offering a prayer to Saraswati as well as Parvati and Lakshmi. Another Navaratri tradition in Karnataka has been decorating a part of one's home with art dolls called Gombe or Bomb, similar to Golu dolls of Tamil Nadu. An art-themed Garudi Gombe, featuring folk dances which incorporate these dolls, is also a part of the celebration. Brought to you by WikiVidi documentaries. Would you like to know more?